Hey guys, it's Destiny, and in today's video, I'm just going to be discussing some plans I have for when Honkai Star Rail does release, how I plan to go about the game, some things I feel like maybe you guys should know, and so on. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So for Honkai Star Rail, personally, when the game does come out, I might reroll. I'm not 100% sure, but if I do, I'm definitely going to be rerolling for Bronya, as she is personally my favorite character, and I feel like she has so much potential to be amazing for your team comps, as well as, I feel like she's a character that has a longevity in this game. I know in the beginning of the game, all the characters will seem really nice, really good even, because we don't have that many characters that really do much that are, I guess, similar to one another. Some characters do, obviously, but most of them has something unique to them. But as we play through the game, there are going to be characters that, let's say you're going to reroll for a DPS character. Let's say you want to reroll for Himiko. My only issue with rerolling for a DPS character on my beginner banner is the fact that, well, issue is that that character can probably eventually be replaced pretty easily, if I'm being honest. Not necessarily easily as, oh, the next best thing is going to be next. More like, oh, well, if I have this DPS character and let's say another Fire Erudition character came out and they just had a slightly better kit than Himiko, then at that point I might as well just use them. Now, of course, though, I do love Himiko's design, so I'd probably use Himiko regardless. But let's say I'm playing in the aspect of I really want a good unit for my beginner unit. I feel like Bronya is absolutely the one for me. Welt is really good as well, so is Bailu. I would say those are probably top 3, but personally, Bronya is my favorite character out of the bunch. She's probably my favorite character, honestly, out of the game so far. I just personally really like Bronya, so I would definitely try to get Bronya if I can. Additionally, if you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and now let's carry on. As for the beginning, when I start to get my Stellar Jade, which in this game, if you guys do not know, is like Primo Gems from Genshin. In this game, I will not, or I'll try not to, basically convert any of my Stellar Jade to the standard tickets, because the amount of Stellar Jade you get if they don't bump it up from the beta, I feel like in the beginning, it's not really, like, you don't really get that much. So I feel like a lot of people will be tempted to try to get that 5-star as fast as possible, which I don't blame you at all. But the only issue with that is that you're using your premium currency to get this 5-star, even though that you will be able to unlock standard tickets in multiple ways in this game, but the limited tickets are way harder to get. So in reality, those Stellar Jade are way more useful when it comes to a limited banner rather than using them on the standard banner. Of course, though, if you don't really care about that and you rather just do the standard tickets, then that's fine. However, I would personally recommend against it, since I feel like the limited character banners or even the light cone banner, whatever you want to summon on, is far more useful to use your Stellar Jade on. And for standard banner or that beginner banner, I would just grind up or try to get as many standard tickets as I can instead of just trying to rush it by using all the Stellar Jade you get instead. So just keeping that in mind, just make sure that if you do want, I guess, to have enough pulls for limited characters, don't use your Stellar Jade on the standard. Just don't. Like, I know we'll be really tempted. I think I actually did it in the beta because I just really wanted that 5-star, and the beta progress does get wiped. So I was like, on main release, I'm definitely not gonna do that, but on the beta, I don't really care since the progress is gonna get wiped anyway. But I would definitely recommend do not do that in main release. Just try to be strong and save those Stellar Jade for those limited characters, as they will be really beneficial to have. And it'll really suck when you can't get any limited characters because you keep summoning on the standard banner instead. As for team comps, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be going for yet, but I know for a fact I definitely want to do a Jingyun team, as I think he is amazing looking. I love how his kit works. I love that he has a lightning lord. I love a lot of things about him. So I definitely want to orient a team around him, and I'll likely pair Tingyun with him, as Tingyun is an amazing buffer, especially for lightning characters. So I feel like him and Tingyun would be an awesome pair. I'm not too sure who else I'll have on the team, but it'll likely be a shielder and possibly another DPS that can do a different element of damage towards an enemy. So let's say my other DPS is, I don't know, Seele, which, by the way, guys, I know a lot of people do not like the way it's pronounced, like Seele, but the only issue is, like, I don't know in reality really how it should be pronounced. I just know that it's Seele because the voice actors in this game they literally call her Zila. So I've just been calling her Zila. And I know some people are like, why do you call her Zila? And that's why, guys. That's why. But Zila could possibly work. I just feel like it would be very, very skill point hungry. Like if you do that type of team. But the point is that I would probably want him, a shielder, the buffer, which would be Tingyun. If I don't have a Tingyun though, it'd be Bronya. But regardless, depending on who I have, I would build a team that orients around him. And then I'd probably want to also make a Zila team, which Bronya Zila would definitely be really good. So I definitely want to try that out, as I would love to get them. Those two are some of my favorites. I love them. They're so pretty. They look really nice. And yeah, but as for healers, I'm really hoping though, like if I do get lucky, I wouldn't mind a Balu to put on these teams either. Balu's really cute and her heals are really nice, but if not, then I guess once we get a banner for, I believe his name in Honkai Impact is Otto, but in Stariel it's Locha, or however you pronounce it. But either way, he'd be really cool too. Like if I don't have Balu, I'm definitely going to summon for him, as I don't think necessarily like Natasha isn't bad, but I personally would prefer like one of the better healers in the game over Natasha. Once again, she's not bad. She's good for early game, you know, for free to play especially. I feel like she's still really good, and she'll definitely have her use even for end game. But I just really want that like a 5-star healer, because I feel like those healers are gonna be so nice. And Balu's really cute, and Otto is also really cool looking. He has a coffin, which I think is cool, and some people make jokes about his coffin, but we're not gonna get into that in today's video. But he's really cool is the point, and I'd really like him as well. I'm probably going to try to do 2 team comps, just rotating, or rather about them. My third team comp would probably be one surrounded by Susheng, as I love Susheng. I think she's an excellent 4-star. I genuinely think she's one of the best 4-stars, and she's really cool. And lastly, I guess if I got Kafka, I would make a damage over time team, as that team would be really beneficial as well to have. Possibly with a character like Sampo, as Sampo and Kafka can pair up really well. So overall, I'm just really excited for the game. I love building teams. I love doing relic sets. I love all of that stuff. Like, I just love team building. So I'm really going to have a lot of fun building all these team comps. And of course, though, early game, you won't have infinite resources to build everyone, so whoever's banner comes out first, I will orient about building a team around that character first, and then as we get more limited banners, then I could start making more teams. But off the gate, I would probably not try to, like, you know, I'm not going to level everyone up, because that's definitely a waste of resources. I learned that from Genshin. I don't need to live through it again in this game to know not to waste my resources. And yeah, I can get more, but it's just a little tedious when I don't have enough and I really want them in that moment, and I just do not have the resources to upgrade whatever character it is. I'm definitely just gonna be, you know, careful with my resources, just be smart with it, basically. And, you know, overall just orient my teams to who I possibly would think would fit the best, and just work on that. And I'll definitely have a lot of fun doing so, and I'm really excited, honestly, for this game to come out. I plan to do a lot of videos when the game comes out. So far, I've been doing weekly videos on the game. I try to do 3 to 5 videos a week if I can. And of course, when the game comes out, I'm likely going to do daily videos. So if you guys want to check that out when that happens, or, you know, you want Stariel videos now, make sure to hit the subscribe button to see more content from me. And let me know in the comments down below, like, which character do you want? If you could possibly reroll or just get whoever you want, like, what kind of team would you want? What characters do you want? Do you have a possible release plan? Like, I just know, like, the basics, I guess, like, you know, not converting the Stellar Jade into standard tickets, as I feel like that's kind of a waste. You know, being smart with my resources, all of that stuff. This is just more of a discussion, if anything. So I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and what you guys plan to do for the game when it does come out. So yeah, and if you don't have a plan at all, that's completely fine. If you guys just want to live in the moment and be like, I just want to play, that's completely fine too. It's all about having fun at the end of the day. So I hope all of you have a nice one though. Peace.